Well, hello everyone, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. I hope you are well. Today is another recipe in our growing Chinese homemade takeaway kind of playlist thing. That's what we're going to call it. We're making today that classic roasted duck in pancakes with our very own homemade plum sauce. I have to be honest, out of this playlist so far, this is the ultimate one that I wanted to learn to do. And the good thing is, it's actually very simple. We'll find out in a bit. So let's just get a dad joke pun out of the way. This recipe is going to be quackers. But if you missed any other ones on the playlist already, we've done the prawn toast, we've done the egg fried rice, and last week, this recipe is split into two parts. The first one is the duck, which we're going to roast, which will take a couple of hours, but we want to get it nice and crispy so we can shred it. Shredder. I can't think of a Ninja Turtle reference other than shredder. The other one is the duck or hoisin or plum sauce, which is actually contains plums. I did not realise that. You know how you sometimes get... I actually can't think of one example right now, but earlier I had about 5 in my head. You know when something's called like plum sauce and it doesn't even have plums in it, right? If you can think of some, let me know down below because my mind's just completely gone. But the first thing you need to do is go to a supermarket or butcher's or wherever and get yourself a duck. Now, a bit like a chicken in a supermarket, you can get yourself like a whole duck. Or you can also get something called a duck crown, which is just a teeny bit cheaper because duck is a little bit expensive. So I went for the more budgeted version of a duck crown, which was in my fridge overnight. And there we go, folks. It looks a lot like a chicken. This is a duck crown. Do not wear it on your head. I'm going to do this all over, but I'm just going to show you quickly. I've got some kitchen towel here, probably use a little bit more, and I'm just going to take some of the moisture out of it because we're going to actually do a dry rub on it, okay? We're going to rub some Chinese 5-spice into it, which has actually become one of my new best friends in this video since I've been doing these Chinese playlists. Ginger, garlic, and 5-spice. All right, I've got myself a little tray which the crown will fit in. So we just place that in there, nice and dried out, okay? On the last video, some of you guys were like, I can't get Chinese 5-spice. If you don't, supermarket doesn't sell it, you should really make your own anyway if you want to really be hardcore, but it's a mixture of star anise, cinnamon, fennel seeds, black pepper, and cloves. So I shouldn't really like it that much because it's got the star anise in it, which I really detest, but the combination does really work. We're also going to put some salt on the duck. This is smoked salt, but you can just use normal stuff. Bit of ginger and half an orange. We'll use the other half of the orange for the plum sauce in a little jiffy. There is no other word for this. It is going to get a little bit messy, but we want to really like fake tan this bird up. So that's my salt. Loads of you guys are raving about smoked salt. So much so, the people that actually run this company have contacted me on Twitter saying, yes, I believe you're a big fan, sir. Thank you very much for promoting it. I'm trying to do it all with one hand as much as I can at the moment so I can like hold things, but you will need both in a minute so you can really rub it in. But I need to also stop my camera. So we'll rub this. Oh wow, that smells so good. It is quite a coarse mix, 5-spice. It's kind of like rubbing sand. Just trying to put a lid on one-handed. All right. I'm going to stick a bit of ginger right inside it and then also an orange. There we go, completely coated, orange and ginger in there. You could rub ginger on there as well if you want, or put like gratings of it. It's completely up to you. But I'm gonna wash my hands and we'll get it in the oven, and that's it. Preheating my oven to 150C with a fan, which is 170C without a fan oven. Gas mark 3, I think? Yep, and 325 Fahrenheit. Duck is actually quite a fatty meat, and I guarantee it, well I don't, but it happens nearly every time I go to a Chinese. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I love duck pancakes, apart from the vegetarians. Sorry guys, we'll find an alternative, all right? And there's always some person that goes, yes, but they're very fatty though, aren't they? It is quite fatty, so every sort of half an hour I might have to tip some of the fat away from the tin to make sure the crispiness goes on the skin and we get a real nice crispy duck. We just basically don't want all the fat swimming around the pan. My oven is just about there. It's got like a little loading bar. Always preheat your oven, folks. I never used to do that back in the early days of the videos. Please do it. Oh, and Mrs. Barrett is off today, but she's just looking after Chloe, who's a bit poorly. And we're both wearing the cartoon top. Are you excited for a crispy duck supper?
I am, yes.
I took the ring off because... No, I took it off because I was rubbing a bird. No. Sorry.
You took your wedding ring off because you're rubbing a bird.
All right, so in this goes, and I'm actually put a bamboo skewer in my orange just to hold it in place. I'm going to keep my eye on that Sorry, I've never done that. 1,300 videos and I've not done that joke before. Now I know why. Keep your eye on it, but we will now start to make our duck sauce, because the cool thing with that is we can just warm it up once we're ready to go. And it'll also make an amazing dipping sauce for lots of things. All right, time to work. Ooh, my gosh. You all right? Why am I talking to my camera as if it's a person? Duck sauce then. A little bit of honey, some H2O, half an orange. Remember the other orange half is actually in the oven right now. Yep, I thought that was quite tangy by my nose right there. That is some white wine vinegar. Remember, you can use rice wine vinegar as well if you want to use that. Right here is a teaspoon of fresh ginger that I've just grated up. The most important ingredient, plums in plum sauce. What? Yeah, I know, right? 5 plums. Now these have stones in them, but we're not really bothered about that. We're just gonna halve them like that. Leave the stone in there because we're gonna pass it through a sieve anyway. You could chuck them in whole, but you're gonna need to simmer them a bit longer if you do that. All we're gonna do is shove all of this in a pan. I mean, even Amy could do that. Can you use a saucepan? Probably not. You also need a bowl of sugar. I had already weighed this out, but I left it behind the microwave. I knew I forgot something. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be quite tangy. Pan, water. Squeeze that orange juice in there. And remember, if you get any seeds or pips in there or and like that, oh no, that's flesh, that's all right. But if we do get any pips in there, it's gonna be strained anyway. Vinegar, squeeze of honey, about a teaspoon. Sugar, the ginger, and the plums. Bit of heat. I've just given it a gentle stir to dissolve the sugar into that liquid. Oh, it smells really good. Not as good as the duck smelling, that's smelling phenomenal. Anyhow, we'll let this bring up to heat, lid on, and it should simmer for about 20 minutes to soften those plums up, and we're done. Oh yeah, that is cool. I want to be in there, like a little plum hot tub. All right, folks, so last 5 minutes here, you can see a stone there. I've got one on my spoon. I'm actually taking my stones out. So in the instructions are right to have your plums already de-stoned, because I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to blend this up. I'm going to let it cool down. As you can see, it's thickening, it's reducing, which is awesome. It's kind of like going to like a pulpy texture, and that'll be perfect hot or cold. But I want to get it as smooth as I can, keep as much flavor in, and then still run it through a sieve to keep it smooth. Sorry, I was just peeking duck in my fridge. Only other thing to do is slice up some spring onions and cucumber into strips and stuff to serve alongside it. So we're pretty much coming to the end now. All right, just taking that off the heat. It is extremely hot and it's nice and thick. Love it. And there are my 5 stones that I have fished out. They actually floated to the surface. So it's quite easy to do. As for the duck, you see all that fat in there? I'm going to pour that out and keep cooking it until it's nice and crispy. Alrighty, let's pass that for a sieve into a jug. Oh, and my spring onions and cucumber bits are sliced up there, and also the kitchen. It smells so much like a Chinese takeaway right now. In fact, if some of you make this recipe, take a picture with it and go and hashtag it smell my kitchen, and I'll retweet a few of them, all right? So it's quite a thick sauce. It might take a little while to pass through this, but it's smooth. It's all good, baby. Just using my spoon to pass it through, but I'm very tempted. Oh my gosh, that is insane. That is like plum sauce direct from Planet Plum. So much better homemade. I'm just pouring this now into a little serving vessel. But of course, if you want, you could keep it in a little sealed jar. That looked pretty cool. It's time to get the duck out. Oh, yes. Get a load of that smell coming down your nostrils, huh? So all I'll do is let it cool down just a teeny bit, take the orange and the ginger out of it, and just shred it up in the pan with some forks, Wolverine style. So I'm just shredding this up, just straight into it. It's falling apart so easy. The orange has steamed the insides as well, and the ginger flavours in there. It's going to be gorgeous. So just shred up your duck. This looks like the perfect place to build one. Here is my board. This is one of the pancakes that I've just warmed up in the microwave. Keep them in the fridge until just serving, so they're nice and flexible and of course warm. We'll put down just a handful of spring onion, a couple of strips of cucumber, the shredded duck. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Remember, I don't sort of colour correct or do anything in my edits to make this look any better than it should. I'm not really that good at editing to show you that, but I mean, maybe I should, but it just looks great. You have to believe me. Yeah, it's not quite showing you the sort of contrast of the colours that are coming through, but hopefully this plum sauce will. Oh my gosh. It's like glossing it. Beautiful. And there we go. And I'm going to let Mrs. Barry taste it and give you her reaction. My God.
Wow, that's really nice.
To me, it's like everything else on this playlist so far, and most recipes as well in general, it's that freshness. It just smacks you.
Tastes just like the real, well, it's the real thing, but it tastes just like it.
It's like real food. So while Mrs. Barry finishes that off, don't forget to let me know any recipe ideas or even playlist ideas down below. Send me pictures on social media at My Virgin Kitchen. We'll see you next time.